Assassin's Creed Last Descendants by Matthew J. Kirby. Before I get into this review, you should know that this has been quite hard to write, without spoilers, but also to try and explain why I really enjoyed these books. But let's get into it. Assassin's Creed Last Descendants is a trilogy of novels aimed at young adult readers. The books are Last Descendants, Tomb of the Khan, and Last Descendants, Fate of the Gods. The books were released between 2016 and 2017. There is also a related comic called Locust, but I have not read that yet. Just a point on the young adult readers. That's how these books are described, but I don't really understand that explanation. Anyone can read these books. They're not written in a childish way. They are not picture books. So I personally don't understand that delineation between an adult book and a young adult book. If you like Assassin's Creed, go and read them. I read these three novels back to back over about 10 days. Although I have some Assassin's Creed novels in paperback, I generally prefer to add them to my Kindle. I found that the second novel was not available on Kindle in English, but was available in other languages, which is very strange. So I read books 1 and 3 on my Kindle, book 2 in paperback. Very strange. In my opinion, Assassin's Creed novels like these, and others like Heresy, do a better job of exploring the animus, genetic memory, and the bleeding effect than the games have done for a long time, probably since AC3, or after AC3, when the modern day began to be de-emphasized. Last Descendants takes that further and gives us one of the most interesting explorations of genetic memory of all, including a completely unique exploration of the most ancient shared human memories, with implications for how those who came before designed humanity to be self-sufficient but subservient labour force. The books follow the stories of 6 main characters and a cast of secondary characters in events that probably only take a few weeks end to end. The books follow the stories of 6 main characters and a cast of secondary characters in events that probably only take a few weeks end to end. The storytelling is dense and the action is non-stop, but I never felt lost or confused with who was doing what, who was where, and what our goals were. The books explore the status of the Brotherhood, some of their inner workings, aspects of Abstergo, the function of the Eyrie, and introduce a new piece of Eden. The cast are swept along in this fast-paced adventure as they seek out the piece of Eden, but this is a piece of Eden with a twist. I won't say more because I don't want to spoil it. The books take us on a whirlwind historical tour of Cortés' conquest of South America, the New York draft riots, the Mongol invasion of China, and a war in Viking Age Sweden, plus a few short stops in other time periods which show us just how complex genetic memories can be. While there are clearly bad and good characters, there are others in this book who, well, morally grey is an overused term, so I won't say that because it's boring. Let's say it like this. There are characters who are doing their jobs in a way that is almost mundane, but who believe their work has value and their rationale for their work is understandable. Although I personally am an avowed proponent of free will, I could not bring myself to condemn some of the Abstergo characters, and their actions were justifiable. I think these books are superbly balanced between the historical sections and the modern day. They're easy but satisfying to read. I thoroughly recommend these books to all Assassin's Creed fans, and I'll close by saying this. This series of books in one particular character, they explore the bleeding effect and the very worst aspects of the bleeding effect in a way that was actually deeply unsettling, and for that alone, they're definitely worth a read.